What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It, ashsaidit.com, ashsaidit.com. This is the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,100 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. Today, I am super duper trooper excited because I've got one of my favorite Hollywood actors that's chilling out with your girl for the day. You guys know him from daytime dramas One Life to Live, because I remember he played Shaun on One Life to Live, and then he played Suge Knight on the Notorious biopic. But lately you can see him on Netflix, Luke Cage. Yeah, I'm talking about Sugar. Sean Ringgold, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing? Thanks for having me.
I am doing phenomenal now that you're here. You know what I'm saying? Now we got that connect going. So, Sean.
I'm with you, girl.
I appreciate that. Sean, let our audience know, where are you from? Where you represent? We got this energy. It's just bubbling, you know what I'm saying? We got to bring it. You know what I'm saying? We just got to bring that heat.
Okay, we're going to bring it. I'm from Rockaway Beach, Queens. I grew up in Rockaway Beach. And been there. I lived there for about 20-something years before I moved out to Queens. But I grew up in Rockaway Beach, Queens, New York, and it's been a blessing to grow up there.
Yes. Now, as a kid, what was your dream career? What did you want to be?
I really wanted to be a firefighter, believe it or not. I mean, I was a lifeguard when I was young, but I grew up right across the street from the beach. But most of my friends, they ended up, owning businesses, and they all became city works like firefighters, and most of them, traveled. And I just think, you know what, that sounds like a good life. Work sometimes 3 days straight, have 2 days off. I said, this is, full benefits. I thought being a firefighter would have been the move, but God obviously had different plans for me.
So how did you get pulled into the entertainment realm?
Wow. Well, I did, many years ago when, I'm trying to find my way and figure out what, I wanted to do. I was doing a lot of bouncing work at, different clubs around the city. And then one day, one of my friends reached out to me and said, hey, have you heard of 106 in Park, BET? I said, no, I never heard of it because I didn't have cable back then. So I did not know that would have truly been the start of my career. So I went over there and met with, a couple of owners from the security company. They took a liking to me, and a couple of friends really started to teach me how to work with a lot of different celebrities and, work, in the protection business. And things really totally evolved from there. That's where, I met, AJ and Free. Yeah. AJ now who's on Extra, Free, AK Marie Wright, she's doing great things as well. Yeah. But that's where we all met and how our relationship started. And from there, just continued to cultivate to different things.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go all the way through?
Keep going. Keep going, because it all ties together. I like it. Go on with it.
Okay, well, actually, I want to give your listeners something, a little word of motivation. Yeah. When I first got at 106 in Park, one of the things they said, I was there to watch the audience and also do executive protection escorts from the car, to the studio with different celebrities that would come. Now, one of the detail leaders said, hey, one thing you have to do, no matter what, if AJ or Free, sometimes they would, if they didn't have a live guest, they would go to one of the security guards and start teasing on people, and they start, making the show very interactive, working with other people on the show, and the audience to just liven it up. So one day they said, whatever you do, do not get on camera. If they put you on camera, shy away and just, keep your head down. Okay, here we go. I've always been a student of personal self-help and development. I read a lot of self-help books since the age of 19, from what we call it, Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar. I can go on and on. But I remember reading this book called The Seasons of Life by Jim Rohn. This very morning, and it was called, it said, seize the opportunity, for it shall never come to pass again. Now let's fast forward later on during the day. I'm just sitting minding my business. I believe Miss Jade was on the show, was one of Timbaland's artists. You go back. The name of the video is called Big Head. So the video just finished playing, and then, the artist had left. AJ says, we want to dedicate that song to our security, Shaun. What's up, Big Head? So that's how my nickname Big Head started, because if you remember 106 Park, they used to call me Big Head. It all came from Miss Jade, that video, who used to be Timbaland's artist. And I'm thinking to myself, are they really going to put me on camera? I'm like, no, this is not happening. And I'm like, I can't talk back to him. Let me shy away. And then all of a sudden, that book hit me. That seize the moment for every opportunity, for it shall never come to pass again. At that very moment, they said, how do you dance when you go in the club? I'm like, nah, I can't do that. They were like, come on. Then Freeze trying to egg me on to dance. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to dance. Guys, I lost my mind. I broke it down. I started dancing. The crowd went crazy. And that was really the beginning of my career. I started dancing, and then from there on, I started interacting with different celebrities, beating up AJ on the show, picking him up, throwing him over my shoulder, doing splits, because I did martial arts. So when the crowd saw that I could do full split, I mean, a lot of that stuff, you can go on my Instagram and see a lot of those old archive scenes down. But those were some incredible moments, because that led to me working with a lot of high-profile clients that I can't quite name because I have confidentiality. If you see stuff, you can figure it out, but I can't really talk about it. A lot of the people that I used to bodyguard and protect. But from there, after that was over, that led me to getting into commercials. And I said to myself, wow, when AJ and Free left, it was Terrence and Roxy. And that same energy wasn't there with the new, with the new crew, because they wanted to do a new show, new feeling. We were the old people. They wanted to bring their own new people, and that's what it was. So from there, I said, God, what am I supposed to do? And you know something, Ash? This is what I talk about, blessings. And the thing is, I didn't want to be an actor. That's the truth. It just started to happen for me, but I was smart enough to look at the signs and say, wow, God, this must be what you really want from me, because things just continue to keep happening. Keep in mind, I wasn't making no money back then. Nothing was really happening besides working security. But then, as soon as I leave there, I met an agent I used to be a professional arm wrestler as well. So I met an agent at a White Castle on Queens Boulevard. Think about how crazy this is.
Wow.
So he's, he works with, his name is Adam Silver. Shout out to Adam. He recently retired and sold his business, but I was just very eager, very ambitious. I said to this guy, hey man, are you looking for any actors? Because I didn't really know what the hell acting was. I was just like, just seems to have fun, get on camera and act stupid, and people like it. How easy is this? This is great. So I met this guy, and he says, yeah, I had a headshot, but I had never been in an acting class at this point a day in my life. So he sent me out on my first audition. Was for a Burger King commercial. I don't know if you remember, in 2005, called the Chicken Fries commercial. And that's what I was with, a lot of other actors. First audition, never been on it. I booked the national Burger King commercial.
Wow.
I started to see money coming in. I said, this is for real? Nah. I remember I used to do construction. I sold cars. I've done everything. I've driven cab. There's no job underneath the sun that I've never done. And then when to book a commercial, to see the kind of money that you could make for a day's worth of time in a studio, or doing an outside shoot and having those residuals come in every time it hits the air, I said, this is incredible. Then they sent me out another commercial. I booked 3 commercials. Then I hit the Dunkin' Donut, and then the Boost Mobile one I did with Fat Joe. All that stuff you can see on my website. They're archived commercials not today, from years ago. But that's what really changed my life, and that was the beginning of my career. And then from there, do you want me to keep going, Ashley?
Yeah. Keep going. You giving us gold right now. I appreciate that. Go on now.
I just want to give the listeners a little understanding of just perseverance, continue to keep pushing on, and networking, having great social skills. Because I'm a personal guy. I don't bother nobody. Sometimes you can see my stature. So this guy's a little bit intimidating, but I'm very friendly, because it's just easier to get things that you need or that you want, being pleasant and kind. Leave the ego at home. Be helpful. And those skills that I got from network marketing, because I was in a company years ago called Amway. I don't know if you guys remember, buying soap and stuff like that. But that company changed my life, because it opened me up to book and reading and entrepreneurship. people don't understand how inherent it would. If it wasn't for Amway and the guy that my sponsor that brought me into that company, I would not have understood how to understand people. There's a book called How to Make Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Incredible book.
Yeah.
And it really teaches you how to socially interact with people. You have to remember, everything that you want to have, do, and obtain in this world is controlled by people.
Yeah.
So the easier that it is for you to communicate and work with people, the easier it is for you to get the things that you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, but many times in life, many people don't know how to sacrifice the person they currently are in order to become the person that they want to be. It's unfortunate, but it's true. So I learned a lot of these lessons at a young age, and they really helped me. As I grew, I was able to remember when someone did something kind to you. Mm-hmm. Don't forget the people that helped you up.
This is true.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Write a card.
Yeah.
Or, if you don't write and your grammar's horrible, send a text. If not that, pick up the phone and just say thank you and I appreciate it. I appreciate you keeping me in spirit and mind and putting food on my table. Many simple things that people forget to do, unfortunately, in today's age, because people forget how they got where they are.
Yes.
They forget. So all of these skills that I learned, back in Amway helped me get to where I was. So I booked 3 commercials. Then from there, I went on. I was still working in the clubs, and I was doing private security for different celebrities. And then this is where the game changer came in. I had finished working like a 16-hour shift. I forgot what club I was working at. I was working at Latin Quarters at this time. Okay. I was doing that. I was a hustler. I worked hard. Yeah. I'm not even going to front. Yeah. I'm blessed to have had a good work ethic. So I got an audition for One Life to Live, under 5 lines, a security role. And let me tell you something. I was so exhausted, but let me tell you why. Remember what I'm about to tell you now. God honors commitment, because, of course, the day of the audition, something happened. I always believed in going into an audition, the character. How hard is it for me to be a security dude? I lived it. It was my life, is what I did.
Yeah.
So I needed a black shirt. This audition was at 10:30 in the city. Nothing is open at 10:30. The only thing that was open was Rochester Big and Tall, and they're very expensive, and they have a little arrogance issues over there sometimes because, they deal with all the high-class athletes or whatnot. So back then, they were real stuffy, the way that they acted. And I'm like, wait a minute. All right, so I go in there. I need a black shirt. The cheapest shirt in there was $230. I thought I would die. I'm like, that was 2 days worth of security at night. I'm like, hell no. I'm not going to give you that for a shirt. I'm like, why is it Marshall's open right now? But I always believed in going in character, so I would always wear black so I would feel the character.
Yeah.
So I bit the bullet, bought the shirt, get to the audition on time. My eyes are burning. I'm exhausted. And the lady's name was Tori. I'll never forget. So I walked to this little office. She says, okay, read the lines. I said, I can't believe I messed up like on the 4th line. I said, look, I told her straight business. I said, look, this stuff is a piece of cake for me. This is easy. I live this. I've been doing security most of my life. I do it at a high level. I'm exhausted. I just finished working a 16-hour shift. If you want me, I'm your man. If not, it's been real. Thank you. Yeah. I never meant to come off strong, but guess what, guys? Being forward and being honest and letting people sometimes know, hey, you're tired, you're exhausted, and you did your best to get there for that audition, and I messed up, which is okay. It's always okay to mess up. I got a call 20 minutes later from my agent saying, hey, you booked the role of Shaun on One Life to Live. And that's how I started. Under 5 lines, and in about 8 months, it turned into a full ABC contract. And then I learned very fast. I worked with incredible actors. I can go down the list. I mean, towards the end of this thing, it ends up being 198 episodes. I did it for 7 years, and my father was Frankie Faison. My brother was Terrell Tilford. They built the whole family around me. I had, girlfriends, and my brother sleep with my girlfriends. It was just a blessing because I worked with so many great people, and I've always been a sponge for knowledge.
Yeah.
I've always been a sponge for people. Surround yourself with people who are better than you, and never be afraid to ask for help. And when I didn't know, I always asked for help. I would say, hey, could you tell me your study method? I mean, we have to sometimes do 25, 30, 40 pages of dialogue, and till this very day, people say, oh, you did great on this movie or this TV show. And I'm like, guys, you guys keep sleeping on how hard and challenging a soap opera is when you have to memorize 25, 30 pages of dialogue in a day or more. and you have to do that sometimes 3 or 4 days a week because they were just pumping out episodes. And then I come into, prime time, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is all you want me to do in one day and get paid this? It was amazing, and people still sometimes say, oh, this is a lot of work. I'm like, dude, if you've ever been on a soap, you would understand what high pressure, high speed means, and then you don't get a chance to fix it. Once you mess it up, sometimes they have to keep going because they have other scenes they got to do. That's it. When it's done, it's done. And it has just been a blessing. It's just gone on, and just, so many things are just continue to happen. It's just a blessing. I can go on and on. I'm gonna let you throw in a question.
Yeah, so we're gonna take a quick break, Shaun. So when we come back, we're gonna jump into, what everybody's a buzz about. So we just got that release last week, Luke Cage. So you guys hang tight, and we're gonna get some goldness. Maybe we get some little exclusive nuggets, from the man himself who's been on set, Sugar. So, you guys hang tight. We will be right back. Did you know that some foods can cause weight gain, body aches, and extreme fatigue? These are just some of the symptoms of food intolerance. Well, what is food intolerance? Food intolerance can occur when the body cannot properly digest certain foods. This can result in acid reflux, migraines, and so many other painful issues. How do you find out what foods are causing this irritation? It's easy. Pinner Test. With 500,000 satisfied clients worldwide, Pinner Test is the #1 way of identifying foods that may be causing discomfort. This simple at-home kit is easy to use with results usually within 2 weeks via email. It's that simple, all right? What are you waiting for? Go visit pinnertest.com and use my special promo code AshSaidIt for your discount today. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. Appreciate you guys so very much. Shaun Ringgold, all right, Sugar from Luke Cage. All right, Shaun, so let's just jump into it. How did the role of Sugar come to you for Luke Cage?
It came to me through an audition. I was a part. They were looking for Cottonmouth's crew, who played like Mahershala Ali, Oscar winner Mahershala Ali, shall I say. Big shout out to that brother. What a beautiful spirit.
Yes.
So I got the audition, and then we didn't quite know what my character name was going to be at first. So they said, okay, this is who you're going to be. I said, great. And I was just happy to be working. I didn't know anything about Luke Cage. I've never been a comic book head. So I can't front and say, I knew, and I didn't know the magnitude. My hand to God, I did not know the magnitude of how big Luke Cage would be, and Netflix and global audience. I didn't understand any of that. I just usually go into a job, hey, I just want to have fun. That's my thing. So I got the audition, and the great part about when I got the set, I think it was my first day actually, when I looked up the other guy that was on the sheet, for us who's going to be in the scene, it was the other Suge Knight who's now my friend from Straight Outta Compton, Marcus Taylor.
Yeah.
So when I said, wait a minute, I'm like, what are the chances 2 Suge Knights is on the same crew? I was like, dude, this is crazy. So if you go back on my Instagram, you can see, when I'm walking the set with Marcus, you're like, yo, man, he was such a nice guy. So me and him, built, and that relationship was started to come into fruition with, Cottonmouth's crew, and also Jaden, who played Zip, who was working right under Cottonmouth as more of his right-hand man. I was just there for the muscle of the intimidation, and it just started to grow from there. Okay.
All right. Now, since the release, I've only been able to binge watch 5 episodes. I'm trying to just fit it in my schedule now, Shaun, because, life is happening. It's a lot of craziness happening. But I have to say, in those 5 episodes, I only seen Sugar once. All right. So, are we going to get some more Sugar before the season is done?
Of course you're going to get more Sugar. I'm going to tell you what episodes I'm in so you don't miss it.
Okay.
I know you're busy.
Gotcha.
I'm in episode 1. You told me in episode 1.
Yes.
I'm in episode 8,
okay.
10, 11, 12, and don't miss 13.
What? See, Sugar get some more
That's
screen
right.
time.
That's
Look
right.
at it. Look at it.
Sugar's there. You got it. 1, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 13. You can't miss it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, And now, with his slimmer physique going on, because I've been seeing you on the IGs. You've been incorporating some fitness, some cycling and stuff. Been watching you, getting that motivation going. Is
I've been letting go of that sugar.
You let go of that sugar. So is sugar gonna get more?
Let go of that diabetes. I don't want to keep that going. I'm not trying to pass that down. I'm trying to live a different type of life, healthy for my family, for my kids.
That's
what
true.
It's all about right now.
This
health
is true.
Well, don't ever forget that.
This is true.
No money if you ain't got your health.
That's true.
That's the #1 priority right there.
Absolutely. But is Sugar gonna get some more physical stuff going on? Is he doing some fighting maybe and trying to fight some folks?
Well, this episode, that first episode, can't nobody. Sugar ain't fighting no Luke Cage because Sugar will get beat down, as you know. Luke can't be shot, killed, or something. This guy's bulletproof. So I got, but as you can see, I don't want to spoil it for you. You mean your listeners probably watched the whole thing already, but if I go and tell you what my character did, then you won't have anything to look.
Okay, all right. We'll hold off on that. We'll hold off. Okay, I don't want you to give everything away. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe everybody hasn't been able to binge watch. So we just gonna say.
But as you what you did see in the first episode is they did implement my weight loss because I had lost 100 pounds since season 1. And, in the end, she just saying, I had a daughter. I just thought that was kind of crazy. What a coincidence that, they put that in the dialogue. I almost passed out. I was like, wait a minute. This is crazy. That, hey, you had a baby girl. I was like, I'm like, oh, I bring my baby yesterday. This is crazy.
So, Shaun, what is next? What is next on the horizon for you? And where can people check you out next?
Well, next you can see me in a movie called Vault that's coming out I just finished shooting that about 2 months ago, called Vault. I'm actually working on that with Theo Rossi. Big out to Theo Rossi, who plays Shades and Luke Cage. He plays Mariah's love interest.
Right.
He's a bad guy. So me and him worked on the same film. He's the one that actually got me in on the film. It's funny, you say that because when you're good to people and people can take a liking to you, one job can lead to the next. So he plugged me in on that role, playing the role of Buddy Roxbury. I'm a part of a heist crew back, I believe it was 1978, that robbed the Mafia. It was the biggest robbery of American history, I believe, at that time, of robbing the mob for over $30 million. Wow. And then, obviously, unfortunately, they got caught and, people got killed. But just the cast, the lineup is phenomenal. You have Don Johnson, you have Charles Palminteri, what's the guy's name?
Crazy.
Oh my God,
Don Johnson.
Theo Rossi, Rossi, Clive Owen. A great cast. Look it up on, it's Vault 20, coming out 2018, VAULT.
Yes, last but certainly not least, Shaun, what advice can you offer to anyone with a dream on their heart, but they just haven't acted out on it?
Oh, man. You have to take action. You have to speak truth to life. So if you want something to manifest and happen in your life, you first have to speak it, but then you have to take action. Like they say, the definition of character is sticking to a decision long after the emotion has left you. There are many times on my journey of becoming an actor that I didn't know that I was going to be an actor, but it just started to come into fruition. I understood that I had to stick to that decision to win by any means necessary, and that's called disappointments, not getting jobs, having times in your life where you're being financially challenged. You have to just keep pushing forward. You have to stick to that decision long after the emotion has left you. I always think about another quote that one of my mentors had said to me, and he said, success happens when opportunity meets preparation. Many people aren't prepared for their blessing, and that's why I said God will never give you more than you can handle. So if you want more, you have to ask for more, but you also have to be prepared and you have to be ready, and which is very true because a lot comes with success. And I won't say it's like haters and stuff, but you have, more. They say more money, sometimes more problems. Yeah. But also I would say it's worth those issues and those problems. It's better to have than to not have. And everything at the end of the day is not always about money. Yeah. It makes life easier, but anyone who maybe wants to become a doctor or a politician or actor, whatever it is you want to do that's going to make you happy. And if you're a teacher, God bless our teachers. We need more that are out here trying to impact a good change and influence what's going on with our kids these days. That's successful. Who's anyone to say that someone else isn't successful? But unfortunately, the world that we live, like if you're not balling out or, an actor, or you don't have a certain amount of followers, you're not a success, you're insignificant. And that's so wrong. Unfortunately, we've placed attention and celebrity in areas that are just so insignificant. We need to put our attention towards people who are really trying to make a difference and impact change. Those are my words for people to push forward and just to keep going and just stay away from negative people. I call them snipes. Snipes are people who are susceptible to the negative influences of other people. So stay away from snipes. I stay away from them. And another thing that I've done, and it's kind of cold, but it's what I live. If you don't add value to my life, I just delete you. That's simple. That's simple. Just delete people who are negative, who aren't adding value. And sometimes it's your own family. You got to 86 them. I'm being real.
Say it, Shaun. You preaching to the choir right now. Go ahead and go on the pulpit now, because you preaching to the choir right now. Ooh.
Sometimes you have to get rid of folks, and it can sometimes be your own family, because you got to remember something. Success represents also the lack of discipline of other people, because once you weather the storm and start to acquire success and you're getting attention for what you've accomplished, it then reminds people of their lack of discipline, their lack of hard work, their lack of belief and confidence in themselves, the fact that you were able to deal with the rejection and the setbacks, and you started to really get some things happening. All of a sudden, you're lucky. Really? I was lucky. Wow. And the things that you hear, but at the end of the day, if you're confident and you're around the right people, you get through that. But then there are also so many, I've learned this, people who are very successful, who aren't intimidated of you tapping them up or making more money than them. Those who are very financially secure, those are the people that seem to have been opening up more doors for me than those who are at my level. Those who are doing way better, because they respect, they can see the hard work, they can see your work ethic, and they're like, you know what? They're willing to put their neck on the line and say, hey, I'm going to introduce you to this person. And their introductions have made change in my life. It's made a difference. So I just say stick around people who are making it happen, not those who are talking about it, those that are fronting. Be around the people who are really making it happen. And be wise enough to take advice from people who have your mindset. Don't be compromising into being something that you shouldn't.
Absolutely. Shaun, you just sprinkling all kinds of gemstones in this one. It's going to be a special episode. I appreciate you so much, Shaun. Let everyone know.
Thank you for having me.
No, definitely. Let everyone know the best way to get in contact with you and, of course, to follow you on social media.
Okay, the best way I would say would be social media at Shaun Ringgold. And also my website is ShaunRinggold.com. Very easy to find, not hard to find. Just look for the guy on Twitter, same thing, Shaun Ringgold, the guy with the blue check. The big smile.
Yes, big money smile. Got that money smile going on, Shaun Ringgold. Shaun,
we're working on that one day at a time.
It's coming. We calling that blessing for you, 2018 and beyond. That's coming for you. It's already written.
Your mouth to God's ears.
It's already written. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you guys for supporting the movement, which is ashsaidit.com. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is way better. Until next time, you guys.